Hello Dodo crew and welcome back for another video on Ark Survival Ascended. Today we're going for the best INI to massively improve your game performance. If you are playing PvP, these settings can be used on official and unofficial servers. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. To access your GameUserSettings.ini, Engine.ini and Game.ini, open up Steam first. Go to Library and navigate to Ark Survival Ascended. If you right click it, it is going to open up your menu. You now want to go to Manage and then Browse Local Files. This will open up the Explorer and navigate straight into the folder Steam installed Ark for you. Then you click on Shooter Game, Next Save, Config and Last Windows. The content of this folder is a mess, but there is nothing to worry about. Right now you will only need two files in there, GameUserSettings.ini and Engine.ini. Before we are messing around with those files and changing stuff for our own safety, we first create backups of those files. Or simply copying the files and pasting them at the same location. This means you first mark the files and then press Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V. This copies and pastes the files at the same location you currently navigated to. The GameUserSettings.ini file contains all the configurable settings for playing Ark. However, the game itself does not allow you to change all of these settings directly. This means that the in-game settings dialog is essentially a simplified version of what can be adjusted in this file. This means you now got the possibility to change every setting that can be changed in the game. First, we're gonna add a new section in the file. A section starts with a square bracket, has a predefined name and ends with a closing square bracket. In this case, the section is called ScalabilityGroups. After that, we add our first setting. After this first edit, your GameUserSettings.ini should look something like this. Actually not something like this, it should exactly look like this. Now you can save it and you finish the first step. In the next section, we're editing the already existing script ShooterGameUserSettings. This section already exists and it is therefore a little bit more complicated to edit it because some of the settings we're changing already exist. The new setting sections will start at line 14. What we're doing next is looking if the settings already exist. If it does, we set it to the correct value. If it does not, we add it in line 15 and move all the other comments one line down. You can now save the file again. We are now done at the GameUserSettings.ini file and we're moving to the Engine.ini file. The Engine.ini file is way simpler than the GameUserSettings.ini file, because if you watched my last video about the one and only comment you need if you're playing PvP, you already know what comments are going into that file. First, you open the Engine.ini file, and then we have to add a new section to that file. You can simply put that into the first line of that file and moving everything down. The section is now called System Settings, and below that we can basically add all of the comments we usually use in-game to lower our graphics settings. If you want to know what each setting does in detail, you can watch the linked video. For everyone else, I will put all of the content you need in your .ini files in the video description. So now that we already know what those comments do, we simply add them into our new section by copying them from the video description. After setting all the settings, we simply save the file and restart the game, and the game will load and apply the new settings. I hope you liked this video, and I'm thrilled to read if this video has helped you. Hit the like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and consider subbing to the channel. Alright, Frodo.